Good day everyone, and welcome to our presentation on the Level 3 Context Data Flow Diagram of the Sales, Dispatch, and Warehouse System. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. I am Edel Shiny Grace Amsalva together with Mr. Suryo, Mr. Napoles, and Ms. Darlene. For today's video, I will be explaining the introduction, the concept of the context diagram, and the level 0 DFD, and then the remaining levels will be discussed by my groupmates. So our goal in this presentation is to show how information moves across different departments in a business using a structured analysis approach. The data flow diagram, or DFD, helps us visualize how data enters, moves, and exits the system. So let's start by understanding the foundation, which is the context diagram. So what is context diagram? A context diagram, also called the level 0 DFD, is the highest and simplest level of a data flow diagram. You can think of it as a big picture view of the entire system. No details yet, no breakdown of departments, just one single process representing the whole system. In a context diagram, we only show three things. First one is the entire system as a process. The second one is the external entities or the people or even departments that interacts with the system. And then lastly is the data that flows in and out of the system. It's like zooming out and seeing the system from afar so we understand who communicates with the system and what information they send or receive. So now that we have already understand what the context diagram is, let's look at our level 0 DFD for this case. So our level 0 DFD will be flashed on the screen or the screen. So our level 0 diagram represents the whole sales, dispatch, and warehouse system as one single process. So at this level, we identify all the external entities that interact with the system. So first entity is the customer, then the accounts department, then the supplier. After that, after identifying all the entities, we have then mapped all the important data flows between them and the system. So here is how the information flows at level 0. So look at the customer and the system. The customer first send a customer order to the system, and from the system back to the customer, an order acknowledgement is sent to serve as a confirmation that they received the customer order. And then looking at the accounts department and the system, a credit limit list is sent weekly, which tells the system which customers should not be allowed to order more. And then from the system to the accounts department, a delivery note is sent to the accounts team so that they can prepare an billing and invoices. Oh wait, let me confirm first because I forgot. What was it again? Oh yeah. Delivery note copy is forwarded to the accounts department so that they can process the billing and the invoices. So from the warehouse side, when stocks run slow, the system sends a reorder card to accounts and then return it before processing. And it will be done in a different system. So from the supplier to the system, supplier sends a goods received note, and then the system sends a copy of that goods received note to the accounts department so they can process the payment. And also, before I forgot, sales dispatch and warehouse system also send a delivery note to to the customer. Then, so overall, the level 0 diagram shows the core interactions and the data movement between the system and the outside entities, but without showing any internal processes yet. So it's just the surface of the system. Yeah, surface of the system. So this sets the foundation of creating the levels 1, 2, and 3, which will be explained by my group mates.
So for the level 1 DFD, there are three major functions in this system. First, we have order process, which is sales department, stock level monitoring, which is naka-assign to the warehouse department, and dispatching or department. So we begin the process 1, which is called by order process. Handled by sales department, everything starts when the customer send a customer order into the system. This starting point of the entire transaction. After receiving the order, sales immediately connect with the accounting department to check the customer credit status. So they do by accessing data store called by customer account, which contain the credit limit. If the customer credit valid and approved, sales prepare and sends order to acknowledgement back to customer confirm that order has been received and processed. So the last output is process internal order from this. So next department, unknown as a stock level monitoring, handled by warehouse department. This department received by internal order from sales department and immediately check product availability using the dito stock level file. So as you can see that that diagram may nga the stock level file ito. So the warehouse is also in charge of updating and managing inventory. Wherever the supplier deliver new stock, the warehouse receive a good receive note. Ito hindi man na-receive, as you can see that diagram. Adaan good receive note. This document is used to update and stock level file, making sure inventory record stay accurate. If the stock level become too low, the system generate reorder card. As you can see that diagram adaan an arrow na reorder card, which is sent to the supplier to request additional item. Copy this noted by reorder is also sent to the accounting department so they aware of the future expenses liability. So let pagkatapos dito we move the dispatch department. This department received by dispatch instruction. As you can see that before magka stock level, there are dispatch instruction from the warehouse. Using this instruction, they prepare the item for the delivery. Once everything is ready, dispatch send out of the physical good and the official delivery note to the customer as proof of order fulfillment. So dispatch it also send by delivery note copy to the account department. This very important because account cannot issue the final voice without this document. So the delivery note copy completely the entire transaction cycle. So
Level 2 focuses on what happens inside each department. So starting with the sales department, Level 2 expands the order processing function to show exactly how an order is evaluated. So when a customer sends an order, sales begin by validating it. So this starts with logging the customer's order, checking whether the order details are complete, reviewing the product requirements, and then having supervisor approve or reject the order. So once it is validated, the next step is to check the customer's credit status. So the sales receive a weekly credit limit list from the accounts department, and the list is compared with the other value to determine whether the customer is still within their credit limit, and this results in either a credit approval or rejection. So if the customer is approved, sales prepares and send back an order acknowledgement message. Next, the sales convert the validated order into an internal order form by extracting all necessary item details, filing out the internal template, and issuing to the warehouse department. So once the internal order arrives from the sales, warehouse logs and validate it to ensure the request is clear and accurate. So after that, warehouse check the stock availability by assessing the stock level file and comparing the requested quantities with the available inventory. The result of this comparison is the availability status, which determines whether the order can proceed. So if the items are available, the warehouse prepares a dispatch instruction and forward it to the dispatch department. So the warehouse level 2 also identifies low stock items by analyzing thresholds. So when low stock items are detected, the department prepares a reorder card and sends it to accounts so they can handle replenishment. Warehouse is also responsible for receiving goods from supplier. So when goods arrive with a good receipt note, warehouse accepts the delivery, validates the correctness of the items, records the details, and forward the goods receipt note to the accounts department. So after receiving new items, the warehouse updates the stock level file to ensure inventory records remain accurate. So from the dispatch instruction, once dispatch received the dispatch instruction from warehouse, they log it and prepare a picking request. So this request is used to retrieve the correct items from the storage. So after picking, the items are verified and picking list is completed. Using that list, dispatch prepares the delivery note, validates the details, and sends a copy of the delivery note to the accounts department for invoicing. So the last step is delivering the goods to the customer together with the official delivery note.
So for this part, I will be explaining the level 3 data flow diagram of our sales, dispatch, and warehouse system. So level 3 is the lowest and most detailed level in DFD modeling. Here, we break down each department's level 2's process into specific job level tasks, showing exactly how each function is carried out step by staff and roles inside the organization. So our level 3 model focuses on three main departments: sales department, warehouse department, dispatch department, preparing and delivering orders, while warehouse is checking stocks, reordering and receiving goods, then handling customers for sales department. So without further ado, let's now go to the level 3. So level 3, as you can see in dispatch department, the 3.1.1 is the receiving dispatch instruction. So log dispatch instruction, dispatch staff logs the instruction from warehouse. Then in 3.2, preparing pickup for request. So a picking request is generated and sent to the warehouse shelves. Then in 3.2.1, retrieve picking request. So staff will access the picking list. Then 3.2.2, the collect goods from stocks. So the correct items are physically picked. Then 3.2.3 is confirm pick items. So staff checks if all picked items are correct. Then after 3.2.3, we will now go to 3.3.1, which is record picked items on delivery note, which is items are listed on the delivery notes. Then 3.3.2, validate delivery note. So the supervisor checks accuracy of the delivery note. Then 3.3.3, forward delivery note. A customer gets the delivery note and accounts gets a copy for invoicing. Then 3.4.1 is prepare goods for shipments. Goods are packed and ready for delivery. And then 3.4.2, deliver goods to customer, which is the final steps delivering personnel brings items to the customer. And that concludes the explanation of our level 3 data flow diagram. So this level shows the most detailed job-specific breakdown of how each department, like sales, warehouse, and dispatch, perform every steps to process orders, manage stocks, prepare shipments, and ensure goods are delivered to customers. So level 3 helps us understand the actual workflow inside the organization and ensures every data movement and task is clearly mapped. So thank you and God bless.
And that concludes the full presentation of the three-level data flow diagram for the sales, dispatch, and warehouse system. We began by understanding the whole or the overall system through the context diagram and the level 0. Then moved through level 1, where each department was highlighted, followed by level 2, which internal departmental processes were detailed, and finally we explore level 3, showing the specific tasks performed by individual job roles. Through this structured analysis, we were able to clearly map how data flows across sales, warehouse, dispatch, accounts, customers, and the suppliers. In short, the data flows from the system and to the other entities. This ensures transparency, and a well-organized architectural view of the system. So in behalf of my group, thank you for watching and listening. So we hope this video helped clarify how DFD leveling works and how it can be applied to real business processes. Once again, I am Edel Shiny Grace Silva together with Ivan, Ate Darlene, and Anapolis. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.